Back to the news at 10. Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola has lashed out at the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on the ongoing permanent voter card collection. The governor, who was on an inspection of some ongoing road projects in the state, said the conduct of the exercise lacks thoroughness and diligence as complaints pile up against INEC. The governor insisted eligible voters should not feel frustrated, but persevere till they get their voter cards.
We must not let the evident lack of preparation, lack of thoroughness, and lack of diligence that INEC has shown frustrate us. Our love for democracy must be bigger than the dissatisfaction that we're experiencing today. This can only be a short-term dissatisfaction. Our love for democracy is a long and enduring love. So nobody should feel frustrated. Nobody should allow himself to get discouraged. Whatever it takes, we must do it now so that we can get our permanent voters card and we are able then in February and so on to choose those who will entrust to act for us. If you get frustrated now, you go and sit down at home, you do so at a risk.
Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola and the long arm of the law has caught up with suspected pipeline vandals in Alayo village, Ibafo, Ogun State. Men of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad were seen manning the area to prevent an attack on residents. But those arrested by security operatives claim that poverty and survival instincts forced them into the illegal business. Most states in Nigeria host one or more higher institutions and sometimes very distant locations away from the city. The relationship of such institutions and the host communities have at times been estranged due to the level of understanding, tolerance and knowledge. In our community report tonight, our correspondent takes a look at the relationship between the Federal University of Technology, Akure, and its host community, which many say has been cordial.
The Federal University of Technology, Akure, FUTA, was established in 1982 during the civilian administration of Alhaji Shehu Shagari as president. The university kicked off operations from a temporary location at the Akure city center before it was relocated to its present permanent site along Akure-Elisha Federal Expressway. The university campus sits within two villages, Ibuleshoro and Aule, not too far from the Ondo State capital, Akure. And since the university's relocation here, the story has been that of calm, peace and tranquility. This is because the host communities and the institution hold regular meetings like this one. These are elders from the communities and some management staff of FUTA.
The FUTA Akure Community Partnership was founded in 2005, and since then we have been working harmoniously. Not only that, we share ideas about development as affecting the community. We are also involved in our social activities.
The University of Technology, Akure, has always enjoyed a very cordial relationship with our host communities. The Akure community, the Bule community, and the Aule community. In fact, we are a good role model.
Once the institution goes on learning break, businesses here, like other communities in the country hosting higher institutions, record low trades, as its students are their main customers. Some traders, however, worry less about this, but appreciate the impacts the institution has had on them individually.
As they won't get holiday now, I go there feel of them. Because many, they just be like my children.
Their attitude and their behaviors is very nice, understand? Especially the students in this FUTA. They help me. In fact, even I don't understand one subject, I will call one each other to come and explain it for me.
For students of Futa, their host communities are home away from home.
There has been a good cordial relationship whereby the host community have been accommodating the Futarians, giving them a nice, befitting accommodation. Even in terms of safety, I've never heard about any quarrel between the Futarians and the host community, just like in ways of other universities.
Obviously, I've stayed in this city for some time, and the relationship, I feel it's very, very okay.
Perhaps the cordiality between Futa and its host community have been one of the reasons the institution's academic calendar has remained on a smooth, untampered schedule.
And now to the arts. The Next 50 Years is an exhibition by members of the Society of Nigerian Arts at the Omenka Gallery in Lagos. The show features works of art done by 50 artists who bring a contemporary style to the exhibition hall. Our review tonight takes a look at the next 50 years.
This raging bull, done with wire, mesh and steel, is part of the welcome party for any art enthusiast who comes to view this exhibition. Step inside, then the adrenaline is charged and eyes pampered with a scene that shows how far creativity goes. The Society of Nigerian Artists exhibit these pieces for their 50th anniversary celebration. They certainly knew they had to put their best foot forward. That's why 80 artists were selected from across the country, and only the ones who met the criteria were picked. They were given a theme, the next 50 years. It's exciting to see how it's been interpreted. The main hall of the exhibition center lights up with a lot of mixed media, installation painting from Peju Alatishe's The Red Door, done in a technique called fabric freezing, where fabric is cut into several motifs and symbols glued together to create this work. Eager for more ingenuity, then turn to this work done by Ifoma Anyani, who titles it in her mother tongue, Igbo. It takes a large portion of the wall, looks so real that one can be tempted to touch it, take a step back. The details and dynamics that interplay in achieving this is mind-juggling. There's also another exciting installation by Nkechi Nwosu, done with bottles, crates and textile. A dumpy andoro in different shades are placed side by side with the smaller one trying to make a call, probably referring to the textile industry, which is not in its best state. That's what makes this show. Exhibiting artists thinking out of the box, daring to be different, showing that in the next 50 years, the Nigerian art scene will definitely leave jewels dropping.
Three winners have been rewarded with a total of 1 million naira scholarship in the Sterling Bank Arts Competition. A competition which began in May this year was open to children between the ages of 5 and 12 who were asked to create the bank of their dreams by drawing, painting or writing. Our correspondent Kelvin Obeton tells us more.
Guests, parents, management and staff of Sterling Bank watch in excitement as the 10 winners are called out one after the other. Out of 1,000 entries received from aspiring young artists, only 10 made the final list of winners, and now they are presented with prizes. The first, second and third prize winners go home with scholarship awards of 500,000 naira, 300,000 naira and 200,000 naira each deposited into their accounts, while 7 others get consolation cash prizes and other gift items.
I was really happy, excited. I was really grateful for everything.
A lot of us have different views, not just as professional artists. We also have to, look at the works from the eyes of the children, from the imagination, from the ability, to be able to conceptualize the vision into something meaningful and that could communicate a lot of information about the bank they wanted in their future.
The project is aimed at improving innovation and critical thinking among children.
It's amazing what they've written. The topic of the essay was what I would like to see in a bank of my choice. And they've written exciting stuff like, I would like my bank to be able to fly. So maybe in another 50 years, banks will be flying. So we are just encouraging and assisting in ensuring their creative thinking process to make sure that they move this country forward when it comes to their time. And this is the time to catch them young.
It would be a first of its kind. And in terms of our plans for the future, we intend to continue to support creativity and innovation. And so we may not necessarily run the exact same competition again, but we will continue to run competitions that support innovation and creative thinking.
The Sterling Bank Arts Competition is seen as a viable platform to identify children's talents, nurture and harness them for global competitiveness. Kelvin Obetin, Channels Television News.
Still ahead of the news at 10, Kane Nishikori stuns Andy Murray in opening round of matches at the ATP World Tour Finals on home soil. That's in sports news. Please join us again.